Hey there, it's B. Duncan here from IdentityThoughts.com. We've written a number of articles about identity theft on Facebook and how you should protect yourself. Um, you know, if you hang out a lot online, you go to forums and stuff like that, you'll probably start adding a lot of friends that you don't actually know in real life. You wouldn't even really call them friends, they're just people you've interacted with. The problem is that a lot of people expose data like, their hometown, sometimes their address, their employer, their work history on Facebook. And maybe some of that stuff you don't want to be showing to just anyone. You want to control who can actually see it. Now, Facebook actually has a lot of pretty good controls to enable you to do that. But the problem is about 90% of people never even go there. So what I thought I'd do is take you through some of the privacy settings that Facebook has. So I'm going to jump up here and click on privacy. At a high level, you can control your profile, basically who can see what, your search, who can find you both in Facebook and in the general internet search engines, what shows up in your news feed and your mini feed, and what shows up about you in other people's news feed and mini feed, I should say, and applications. What information of yours you provide to different applications. So we'll start with profile. You can see here that for each piece of your profile, you can control who can see what. So for example, your profile itself. If you click here, it shows that you can show it to your networks and your friends, your kind of extended friends list, so your friends and their friends, only your friends, or customize. So I'm going to click customize here. And you can further control it by either your friends and your networks. Now it's important to note that this is an and relationship. What I mean by that is I see a lot of people try to be safe, so they click on only friends, but maybe they have networks set to all of my networks. So if you lived in, say, San Francisco and you were part of the San Francisco network, sure, you'd be limiting it to only your friends, but you'd also be limiting it to anyone in the San Francisco network. The same thing holds true for basic info, personal info, status updates, photos tagged of you, videos, your friends, your wall, your educational info, same thing, and your work info. Where these two might come in handy is, let's say you're part of the San Francisco network and you work for, I don't know, Google. Well, maybe you don't want the general San Francisco network to be able to see your work info, but you want your people in your professional network to. So if you clicked here, work info, go to customize. First of all, you can choose some friends. So if there's only a few people that you want to be able to see your work info, you can click on some friends and either type the friends' names there, or if you have a friend list set up, like, I don't know, family or ultimate team, you can type that there and your friends list will show up. And networks, again, you can show all your networks or some of your networks. So you could choose just your work network, but not your San Francisco network. And after doing all that, you can block certain people. So, if you know there's someone in your friends list that you don't want to be able to see this information, you can type those people there. Now I'm going to drill down specifically on your contact information, and you can fine grain it that way as well. So click contact information, don't save. And again, you can control your IM screen name. Maybe you want everyone to be able to see your website, but for your mobile phone, you don't want anyone to be able to see it, or only your friends, or again, some of your friends. You can control all of these things and give different access to each. So that's your profile. Now let's talk about searching. So I'm going to click here on search. This first section is talking about the search within Facebook. So, who shows up, who can find you by typing in the search box here. And again, you can choose everyone and your networks, friends of friends, only friends, or you can customize it. This public search listing, a lot of people don't know, but small pieces of information get exposed to the public search engines like Google, Yahoo, MSN, etc. You can turn that off by unchecking this box here. And if you want to see what the search engine is able to see, click on See Preview here. And this will show the information that shows up. Now, when somebody searches for you and finds you, you can control what they can see and what they can do. So if you want people to be able to find you but not see your picture, uncheck this. If you don't want them to be able to message you, uncheck that. And adding as a friend and seeing your list of friends, uncheck it all here. Now, you may have seen in your homepage or profile a section called People You May Know. And that basically shows things that Facebook think you might be related to, maybe friends of friends and stuff like that. This search visibility is what controls that. So if you don't want to show up in other people's people you may know, control that here. Newsfeed and mini feed. We'll go in there. Again, you can control what of the things that you do show up in other people's newsfeed and mini feed. So if you don't want people to know when you write a wall post, uncheck that. A big one is remove my relationship status. A lot of people don't know, but if your relationship status is in a relationship and you change it to single, that's going to show up in other people's news feeds. So if you don't want that to happen, uncheck it here. And just stuff about chat, and if you don't want the times to show up here. Applications. This is a big one. As you know, Facebook has a lot of third-party applications. And you can see I have the default settings here, and a lot of information is able to be exposed to these third-party applications. Your picture, education history, work history, all this stuff is enabled to applications that you have no idea what they do. So if you don't want that to happen, uncheck that here. Now Facebook says that in their contract with these applications, they only allow the vendors to store your data for 24 hours, but there's no way they can police or enforce that. So it's probably safer just to leave this stuff out. And finally, if there's people that you just don't want to have any relationship with on Facebook, you can block them here. Type the people's name in there, hit block, and they won't be able to see you, and your friendship, so to speak, is broken. That's basically it for the privacy settings on Facebook. I hope you'll go in and check those out and be safe. Thanks.